So I've just searched YouTube, right? And I've seen loads of these videos myself. Easttop 008K. You've seen these things advertised. But hopefully if you are a beginner and you're wondering what harmonica to buy, and right, then maybe I might give you some questions to ask, because I'm asking questions that I believe other people aren't asking for the beginner. Okay, that's my perspective, because I've been playing for about 4-5 years, so I've not long recently left being a beginner. Really, I can empathize with the beginner. Okay. Right, so these here's some questions, right? Do you think you want to? Is this going to be one of your? Is this going to be your first harmonica? Is it going to be possibly your only harmonica for the foreseeable future that you learn on? Is it going to be your first and your only harmonica, right? Let's see if I could draw, a diagram of where you should go next. Well, if it's going to be your only harmonica, then you should avoid it, right? Question number 2. Are you, right, the sort of person who's going to be willing to open this up and tweak it? Yeah? Is that you? Are you that person? Screwdrivers? Yeah? Gap in the reeds. Is that you? Right, so there's question number 2. So if question number 2, if it's like, no, I just want to buy the harmonica and try it. I want to learn songs and scales. I just want to try it and play it. I don't want to do the mechanics. Right, there's a whole different ball game about that, because one day you got to, possibly, right? Depending on what harmonica you buy. If you buy one of these, you will have to at a certain stage. Okay? Right, okay. Do you want to learn to bend? Do you want to learn to bend? So if you want to learn to bend without having to open this up with a screwdriver and adjust it in your first year of playing harmonicas, again, maybe you want to avoid this harmonica. So all I'm saying, I'm speaking as a gate, just to sort of slow one down before they buy one of these as a beginner, because people review them for various reasons, and you don't really know where that person's at. Quite often, the videos that I've seen, they are by people who can play them. Okay, so the title of this video is simply going to be questions that you need to ask before you buy one of these. Okay, right, another question. Yeah, it goes with question number 1. Is this a spare harmonica, or is it going to be your main driver, the one that you learn most things on? Again, if it's going to be a spare, then you can go for it. If it's your main driver, what I'm trying to do is save you that effort, right? You've seen it, you've heard it, people say it. Hohner Special 20, they've gone right up in price now, but Sorry, I got interrupted there. It is the reason why I'm making this video, it mostly is just the bendability. So if you think there's going to be one of your only harmonicas, yeah, you can't see right now that you're going to want to buy 2 or 3 in the key of C. You can't see that as being part of your future. Then the Hohner Special 20, although they are now quite expensive, really, I think £40 in the UK, it's still worth the money. You know, it's a bit like coffee. What sort of coffee do you buy? It's a bit like washing up liquid. If you're from England, then you know nothing beats very liquid. It's a bit like Hoovers. You know, if you've got quite a big property, you've probably got a Henry. The other ones, the modern, the Sharks and things like that, really good, high quality things, but they don't last. They just don't last. Henrys, you can chuck them down the stairs. There's other stuff in this world that where you just don't. You just don't. You know, yeah, certain things, just, yeah, brandless, nameless, just chuck it in the shopping trolley. But then there's 20 things that go in the shopping trolley, for instance, at least 20 things where you're like, no, I'm not, I can't just any old thing. You know what I mean? It's like buying fake trainers, fake Nike trainers. They just don't work. If you spent 20 years wearing Nike Air Max with bubbles and stuff, you know, you can't do now with fake stuff. Anyway, I'm not saying these are fake. You'll find other videos where people are making them work. People make them work, right? I'm talking bendability, right? So Hohner Special 20, although this is a side out, out of the box, it will just go. Yeah, it'll just do that. As a beginner, what are you doing anyway? Really, major skill. But sooner or later you will see an Adam Gusso video where he says, this isn't quite for total beginners now. This involves a bend. And you're like, blues harmonica, I want to play the blues. And if you've bought one of these, right, bearing in mind I've been playing 4 or 5 years, right, this is out of the box today. I got a mouthful of air then, yeah, mouthful of air. I'm tongue blocking. That was hole 2, hole 1. Hole 1 was quite good actually. But just there you go, hole 2. That was quite airy, baggy. Hole 3. Airy. So I'm not condemning this thing. I'm just saying if you want to use this as a daily driver for everything from the major scale to beginner bending, that was right. Look. That's on hole 4, tongue blocking. It almost not even bending. So, wow. I almost, right? I almost can't bend that. Let's try pucker. I don't pucker, but let's try it. That's not even bending. Look, let's try. Let me show you. Hohner Special 20 or a Cornet harmonica will just bend. That's a bit better. There's a bag of air there going on. So listen, all I'm trying to save you the hassle of is play harmonica for a year or two, then maybe buy something like this, because by then you're going to know how to open it up, gap it a little bit. You're not going to be so afraid of tweaking these things. These harmonicas, they look good. They do look good. You give it that. There was a time where I bought a few and they were a bit like ornaments. But the trouble is, I wasn't using them. So I sold them. Got rid of them. And yeah, they're like 15. Over here they're like £15 on eBay. Relatively cheap. 14, £15. They can go up to 25. It depends what key you got. I just want to make that video just to make you go, just to make you question first. Yeah, just to make you question. I'm not saying these are rubbish. I could open this up now, gap it, and it would bend like a dream. So it isn't rubbish like some harmonicas, just rubbish. Like, no, it's not. They're not rubbish. Okay, they feel quite nice. There's something about them. They do feel quite nice. This one actually hasn't got the sharp edges that like they used to have. I'm just talking to that beginner. The one who is like, no, right now I'm not prepared, right, to spend £15-20 on something and then have to adjust it. Hohner Special 20, you will not have to adjust it as soon as you get it. Not at all. Not at all. Not even, maybe not even a year later. It should just work for you. There you go. A second harmonica, a spare one in and out your pocket, bumming around work and stuff. Why not? Providing you're willing to crack it open with a screwdriver and put some work in to adjust. So there you go. There's the East Top 008K.